Speaking of Arnold, okay?
Yeah,
if you went back in the day, I had to ask this question. You went back in the day, and you were competing against Arnold back in the day. Where would you stack up? Where do you think you'd stack up?
It's a tough question because I think if
Where's
I
the
went
winner's
back
mentality?
in the day,
Because
You're a
hold
winner,
on,
bro. You're a winner.
hold on,
You
hold
have
on. No, you're a winner, dude. Come on, but what's your body weight on stage? On stage,
240,
what was his body weight on stage?
like 240-ish.
What was his height?
6'1".
What's your height?
6'1".
Oh, so who's winning this shit?
It's really hard to say because back then people weren't as lean. If I went back looking at that,
You would have been too lean.
I'd be the leanest person they've ever seen. They wouldn't even know what the fuck's going on. So I don't know if they would even want that. So maybe he would win because of that. But if he were to come today and compete against me in last year at the Olympia, I think I would beat him because he's not in shape enough. You know, he was.
I see.
But like it's like sports progress. You know,
Yeah.
everything progresses. Whereas back in the day, 90s NBA players used to drink beer at halftime.
Yeah.
Now they're like having fucking IVs putting in them and like B shots and like all this shit just to, like perform at the highest level. Like times change, you know?
Yeah. What's your and Arnold's relationship like?
Very,
Is he like a mentor?
not really, no. I've talked to him like once, kind of for like a short conversation, but he's pretty like, he's a busy man, you know? I really never see him or talk to him at all.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those comparisons?
I
Like
mean, it's
people
an
compare-
honor
Yeah.
for sure. Like, he's an absolute GOAT, you know? And I don't think I would ever replace him as a GOAT in bodybuilding because some people talk about that. Because I don't think you can compare the impact he's had on the sport, you know? And when we talked about like the prize money in Classic Physique and shit, like, I don't want to be the guy complaining saying I deserve it. I want to be the guy performing on stage and off stage to bring it to the
You will. I think you will.
to make it worth it.
You are already.
You know? Like Arnold never bitched about prize money. He went out, he went to Hollywood, he did all this shit, and he made bodybuilding like mainstream for a while.
Absolutely.
Purely because of who he was. You know, he made bodybuilding in the 90s, which is absolutely insane. You know, that's that's greatness. You know,
That's kind of like why we're here. I'm curious about that question too. Now, is like, are you like when you first started this? Who were the people that you were looking towards? Was it like the Arnold, Ronnie? Like, what was that era that you were watching? You're like, oh, I really like this, and like, what got you really into it?
I didn't get into bodybuilding because of bodybuilding.
Okay.
I just played sports and loved training.
Okay.
I just loved like going into a gym and like pushing myself and trying to get strong. And I didn't have like bodybuilding magazines or anything when I was young. When I started to get into it more, it was mainly because my brother-in-law was a bodybuilder. And he was, in terms of bodybuilding world, he's the guy I looked up to. Because to this day, I've met as many pros as I've met. He's like the strongest, hardest training, most disciplined guy out of all of them.
Yeah.
And that was like my like standard, you know? My gym bro was like this fucking freak, strong motherfucker who I was always chasing after. And it made me push myself. But I never really looked up to a bodybuilder, really.